Let's talk some Vikings breakout players in training camp. Ah! All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, coming off that beautiful live show we had last night. If you didn't join us, be sure to join us for the next Horned Up. It was fun.
Yeah, boy, did you miss out if you were not on the live last night. And thanks for everybody who went over to Liftbridge and said Onebar and Lupagus sent them. They were feeling the love. Appreciate you guys doing that. And speaking of Liftbridge, this video was actually brought to you by Liftbridge Brewing Company. Beautiful brewery right there in Stillwater. Also, you can find their beer in your local liquor store across the state of Minnesota.
They're expanding. It's only a little after noon, but I will have a mango blonde here sometime this afternoon. I'd be lying if I said I'm only having one.
Wow. Those are delicious. All right, we're going to talk about 5 players who could break out or who will break out. We're going to be bold. These guys will break out in training camp. There'll be a talk of camp, and one of these guys will probably be the biggest talk of them.
Yeah, and let's be clear, just because they're the talk of camp doesn't mean anything. We've seen players be the talk of camp, be in the first round of cuts. Look at Alexander Hollands. We could list them all. Kyle Sloter, Joe Banyard, all these guys are always the breakout guys, and that's what we're going for right now. We're not saying they're going to be stars in the league, but they will be the talk of training camp and preseason.
Yeah, and let's start with a guy who I think is on this list for a good reason. He's athletic. He's a little undersized, but he was a third-round pick in Minnesota Vikings. Kwesi loves him. This linebacker, Brian Assamola, seems to be very, very intelligent. He's been playing linebacker for a long time, so it's not going to be like a situation last year with Chaz Surratt, still fairly new to the playing linebacker. Hard to pick up the defense. I think Assamola, he's going to pick this thing up quickly, get a lot of second-team reps, and a guy who's really going to stand out in the preseason games because he's going to get a shit ton of playing time.
I go with the Assamola. You're really, really insinuating. Really, the ass is very. So I'm going Brian Assamola. But yeah, you said it. He's athletic, and the best part he's got going for him is they're going to want him on the field, and they're not going to want Hicks or Kendricks on the field. So he's going to see a lot of action, especially when it comes to the preseason games, because he could be the heir apparent to those elderly gentlemen ahead of him. And I love everything about this pick. I love it. He is the future of our middle linebackers.
I say hair apparent too, and Assamola.
Hair apparent. So yes, Brian Assamola. Cannot wait to see him. Maybe he'll put a nice Audi Cole preseason showing.
Let's hope so. That was one of the best preseasons ever.
Actually was. All right, next up, let's go with a familiar face. Let's go with Smith Marset. Last year, 5th round, right? 5th round pick. Did not really get. He only played in 8 games. When you look at the Vikings offense, it was pretty much revolved around the top 3 receivers and Tyler Conklin when it came to the passing game. And that will be changing this year. When you look back and see what the Rams had to do with the receivers they had, Woods, Beckham, Van Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Deshaun Jackson, they spread the ball around. So I think they're going to get Smith Marset hot and heavy early in preseason to prepare him.
Well, I think this comes down to what you said, too, about not wanting Kendricks and Hicks on the field for Assamola. They're not going to want Jefferson or Thielen out there either, other than a couple of series. So Smith Marset should get a ton of work. And hopefully he builds a strong rapport with whoever the backup quarterback ends up being. Again, this guy didn't have a lot of opportunities last year. Like you said, he did score a couple of touchdowns. He's shifty, he's quick, good hands, and he's got some swagger. That's the best part about Smith Marset. Definitely on the cusp of a breakout.
Yeah, when he's out there going against those 2s, going against the 3s, Smith Marset has all the tools to make them look silly and get us probably more excited than we should, a la Alexander Hollands.
Hey, he was signed by the Browns, and I don't think he ever did anything. But
he's in the CFL Hollands.
Right now. What a hell of a preseason. Let's go to the guy I almost spilled the beans on during talking with Smith Marset, a guy I hope does, in fact, develop a strong rapport with Smith Marset is quarterback Kellen Mond. We need this guy to break out. We need this guy to bust out. We need this guy to show why he was a 3rd-round pick. And I think, the first of the second-tier quarterbacks last year taken. Kellen Mond, he can move. He can make plays with his legs. His arm's plenty strong. Just kind of get, be accurate, be consistent. He needs to understand this offense, know where the ball is supposed to go, know what they're trying to do. And the ability to read defenses will be huge for him this year, this preseason. So we did see one good preseason game from him. I think it was the second half against the Chiefs where he actually played okay. But no one wants Sean Mannion to be the backup. Everybody will be rooting for Kellen Mond to break out and have a huge preseason and snatch that job as his own.
Yeah, I'm just banking on the fact that Kevin O'Connell is smarter than Mike Zimmer when it comes to this. Like, there's no reason Sean Mannion should even be getting reps in a preseason game. Whatever he wants to do, have him be the coach on the sideline on the practice squad. He's going to put Kellen Mond out there. He's going to put Kellen Mond in a chance to succeed. So that is why he will break out. He's going to get Vikings fans mildly excited about the potential of at least having a very good backup.
Yeah, something, God, have we ever had here?
Brad Johnson.
I mean, going until Brad Johnson, yeah. Jeff George.
Brooks Bollinger. Kelly Holcomb.
That was not good. Those are not good. Those are very bad. Those are very bad.
So yes, he's going to get the Kyle Sloter treatment this preseason. We're going to be excited.
I hope so. What do you got next?
Well, I think we're very excited about this one. That's Ty Chandler. Not only, I mean, every year the Vikings have a running back at the bottom of the depth chart that rips it up anyways. But now Ty Chandler, aside from Brian Koback, is on the bottom of the depth chart, and he's damn good. He's fast as hell. So he's gonna get everybody more excited than we should, because he's gonna be going against the 3s and the 4s. He's gonna make Rose's preseason last year look like nothing. Chandler is gonna rip shit up.
He is. He's going to make a ton of noise this preseason. He's going to get a lot of work in the games. He'll probably play in the entire second half of preseason games. He can catch the football. He's explosive, like you said. He is going to light up the stat sheet in the preseason. Don't think this is going to carry over into the regular season. So don't be drafting him as a sleeper in your fantasy leagues. You might have to in our 20-team beast of a league, because that's how many teams we have. But Ty Chandler will rip up this preseason, guaranteed. And, unless he gets hurt, that's the only thing that's going to stop him. Otherwise, Ty Chandler is going to explode. I guarantee it. He is the one I think is going to have the biggest breakout of all these guys.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of chatter about Mr. Chandler. And this will be his only preseason where he gets this much work, because next year, Madison's going to be gone. Chandler's going to be pushing to actually be that backup running back. So enjoy it while we can.
It's going to be fun to watch. Another guy which should be fun to watch is Jalen Twyman, the beast. Huge, ginormous man who is going to be back finally on the field. Missed all of his rookie season because he was shot, of all things, in the preseason last year. He is healed up. He took a couple in the buttocks. Those are healed, so he's ready to go. And we need a backup nose. They're going to probably switch between Horrible Harry and Delvin Tomlinson. Having a young guy like Jalen Twyman there who can get after the passer from the nose position, maybe even play some end. This big beast of a man. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. I think he's going to break out.
Yeah, he had 10.5 sacks in his last year at Pitt. Clearly can get after the quarterback. And something tells me this guy's going to be extra hungry, extra more motivated to whoop some ass, seeing how he didn't get to see the field as a rookie last year. And again, we said it with everything else. The guys in front of him aren't going to see the field much. So Twyman's going to have the perfect opportunity to get out there and get after it. Ha!
Yeah, feed Twyman. Feed Twyman. He's so hungry.
Beat him. Let us know, comments, who you think will be the preseason breakout player. Hit up Liftbridge on Twitter. Let him know he's saying, God's sakes, go get some of that damn beer. It's delicious.
Remember this. The average camel can drink 53 gallons of water in 3 minutes.